Good evening and Happy New Year. What a blessing to be in this district, truly listening to everything that's been our different learners, our high Q team, Eric, Bilbrow, they were just wonderful. My concerns are probably repetitive, but again, they go to the September meeting when Superintendent Wygo again said that he would be shortening his contract, and we haven't seen a formal view, to my knowledge, of anything about that. Prior to my living in this wonderful school district, I was born and raised and grew up in the Southeast Delco School District, of which Mr. Wygo was there in the 90s. I was not in high school in the 90s then, but many of my classmates were, and they remained there to raise their children and to work in the district. So I have reached out to them, and quite frankly, I am surprised from what I have read in the newspaper and what I have heard from them that at the time of Mr. Wygo's, while you were,
excuse me, ma'am, the board is not convened. The board is not convened to listen to hearsay, conjecture, and hyperbole about the superintendent. The board supports the superintendent. Excuse me, ma'am, I'm not through talking. I'm not through talking. The board supports the superintendent. And I don't know where you're going with your comments, but they're not appreciated and they're not welcome.
Where I'm going with this is the same place. I would like to hear or find out when the formalization.
Well, ma'am, you're bringing up Southeast Delco, and we have to leave that off because during the time frame, there was an entire process done. There were things were vetted. Anything that came before on record would have been resolved and seen, and nothing came forward. So, and quite honestly, I came out of Southeast Delco. I'm a Sharon Hill boy. Okay?
Fallcroft.
Yeah, we'd let you guys come in from high school. Okay, but the bottom line is, that's all in the past. None of it was there, none of it's formalized, none of it's legal, and Mr. Wygo was the superintendent based on a very extensive search and background check. So whatever happened in Southeast Delco, unless there is some evidence, okay, legal, criminal, or whatever, I can't sit here and let that be said.
Based on current behaviors here in the district, and Mr. Wygo saying that he would cut short his contract, I was hoping that we would get some formalization of that from the group.
Any conversation about Mr. Wygo, who is an employee of the district, is a personnel matter. And that conversation will happen in and among the 9 board members with no discussion with the public, not as an initial matter. So for you and for the other members of the public who are asking about our superintendent, who is our lead employee, that is a personnel matter. It is private, and it will not be discussed with the public, unless I am wrong. Mrs. Barsavages, you are the HR chair. Okay, so I just want to make it clear that we're not going to continue to entertain this line of discussion, not in public. It's not for public consumption. If we had an issue with any other administrator or teacher or employee in the district, we would not have a public discussion about them. We will not have a public discussion about our superintendent. Thank you.
If it's brought up in the...
She has a right to ask a question. She's a resident, a citizen.
Yeah.
Mrs. Silverman, was there any?
She has a right to ask a question. Okay, Southeast Delta stuff, that's fine. Okay, I understand that. But if she wants to ask us a question, she has a right to ask us a question.
All right.
Thank you.
If we could please let Ms. Silverman finish. Was there anything else that you needed to cover?
No, I was repeating, from a previous speaker, that be formalized, that it was brought up.
Okay,
At
well,
the meeting in September.
thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you.
And again, because it is a personnel matter, we cannot discuss anything about superintendent's performance review or contract in these meetings.